The Stanford Cardinal capped off a 12-2 season by playing in their third straight BCS game and winning the Rose Bowl for the first time in 42 years. And the man who's been a part of all of that success is their head coach, David Shaw, who joins us now. Coach, first, thanks for joining us. Stanford had great success in recent years, first under Jim Harbaugh, and since he's left, you've even raised the bar that much more for the program. What's the biggest difference between you and Coach Harbaugh?
Oh, I think it's just personality, just kind of who we are, but we're both very fierce competitors. We both are willing to do whatever it takes to win, and we understand about picking personnel. You know, you've seen that at the Niners, you've seen that here, and we're not going to add anybody to our football team that's not a tough, smart, competitive individual.
One of the real bright spots from last season was the play of your freshman quarterback, Kevin Hogan. He led your squad to 6 straight victories to end the season. Where does he need to improve to elevate his level of play for the new season next year in 2013?
Well, I think it's just taking that next step for him to not just be one of the guys, but to kind of be a catalyst for what we do. And his athleticism is a game changer. It was on every game that he played. But now being able to be, and he's good from the pocket, but be able to be maybe even more efficient from the pocket. There's a lot of things now that I think we can push him to take those next steps of being a down after down 12-game regular season starter, you know, because he still hasn't started 12 games. So in my mind, he's still kind of in that freshman season until he passes the 12-game mark. But there's so many things that there are little things or tiny things that he's going to continue to prove on, and we're excited about his progress.
Coach, someone that fans are eager to see in 2013 will be Barry Sanders Jr. He's obviously a big name with his father being an NFL Hall of Famer. Why did you decide to redshirt him last season, and how big of a role could he have in the Cardinal offense next year?
Well, the big thing was Stephen Taylor. Stephen Taylor was phenomenal all year long. I think he's one of the best backs in the nation. And if Barry played, it would have not been enough to burn a shirt, you know, to waste a year, to play a couple plays a game. You know, Anthony Wilkins did a great job. We had a good group of backs coming in last year, and this year we'll see. Everything we do here is about earning the right to get on the field. And Barry's going to compete a bunch of different spots. We use a lot of players, so I would not expect Barry to come in and dominate the football game, but I would expect Barry to earn the right to get on the field, and we'll start slow as we do with every single player that comes in as a young guy, and we'll see how much he can handle and see how much he can help us.
All right, enough with the offensive questions. Let's get to your standout defense. They led the nation in sacks last year with 57, finished the year with the top D in the Pac-12. You guys have a lot to replace up front. Who are the guys you'll be counting on to carry on that tradition on defense into 2013? Well,
there's a bunch of guys, but the first thing I'll say is, you know, having Derek Mason back is the biggest thing. You know, he did have some attention. I do believe he's going to be a head coach in college football very, very soon. He's a special guy that understands how to utilize the talent that we have. Secondly, getting Shane Scove back, you know, who's an emotional game day leader, who's a physical football player that's played a lot of football now going into his 5th year. Trent Murphy, we think, is the best outside linebacker in the nation coming back this year. Big, he's physical, he's 260 pounds and athletic and a pass rusher, and we're excited about what those two guys bring. And then our secondary, Ed Reynolds, what he did as a ball hawk, you know, interceptions and interception returns, and the combination of guys that we can put in our secondary, it's a great unit that plays extremely well together.
Coach, the offseason for college football is a time for coaches to compare notes and strategies. What are some of the programs you admire most in the game today?
Well, first and foremost, you got to say Alabama. You know what Nick Saban's been able to do, and I pointed out to our team yesterday. And one of the best things about the national championship game was really you saw that competitive fire throughout the game. It didn't matter what the score was. You saw the guys; they didn't celebrate until the game was over. They played every minute of that game like every single play was vital, even when the score was out of hand. And that's what you respect. You respect the team that comes in and gives it their effort the entire game, no matter what the score is.
And that is music to the ears of Cardinal fans everywhere. Coach, you're doing a great job, and I think success for Stanford is success for all of college football. Cardinal coach David Shaw, thanks for your time and best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
In case you missed any of our National Signing Day coverage, from the biggest surprises and disappointments to the biggest sleepers and risk takers, check it out now on CampusInsiders.com.